I'm interviewing David Wentworth, who's a Surrey-based art teacher, has a studio at Chertsey where he paints from, and is represented by 2 galleries. What made you want to be an artist?
Well, I've always enjoyed painting and drawing, and I decided about 20 years ago to have a change of career. And so I went to art school and I did my BA and MA fine art degrees, and I've been painting professionally ever since.
Okay, how are your paintings different from Picasso or somebody like that?
Well, I've always observed people, and my paintings depict people in everyday situations, sitting in cafes or sitting in windows, and they're termed figurative. Picasso was sort of a cubist painter, so mine are still portraying people, and I paint in oils and pastels, but basically my interest is in people rather than landscape.
Alright, are you painting anything at the moment?
Yes, at the moment I'm working on a painting for the BP Portrait Award. That's something that's held every year at the National Portrait Gallery, so I will be putting in a piece for that. I've also got an exhibition coming up in July at the Fountain Gallery in Hampton Court, and I will need to do about 10 or 12 paintings for that, so I'm working towards that at the moment.
Alright, who is your greatest inspiration?
Well, my work, lots of people that see my work, because it deals with people, and I'm influenced by Edward Hopper. He was an American artist, and his paintings were all about sort of isolation, people sitting together, and you wondered what was happening between them, what conversations they were having. And it's that sort of work that I like. Other artists, there's a Portuguese artist called Paula Rego. I like her work. And I like the work of Edward Degas. They all deal with paintings that have a narrative in them and about people. So that's where I'm influenced by.
What advice would you give to someone wanting to design a t-shirt?
Well, on anything, even if you're designing a painting or something, or doing a poster, or even a t-shirt, the whole point about it is to try and be creative and original. You want it to have, I think you want it to have an impact. You don't want to put too much on it. You want people to look at it and go, oh, wow. So you need to look at the lettering and be creative and original with your design. I think that's the main thing. Look at the colour, because you want these to stand out. You want it to be, there's lots of t-shirts around, so you want something that people will look at it and immediately remember it.
Right, when was your first exhibition?
I had, my first exhibition mainly, when I finished my fine art degree in 2001, you have a solo show and you have an exhibition. So that was one of my first exhibitions with all my work in. A gallery picked my work up from there, and I had exhibitions at their gallery as well. But I've exhibited regularly at the Mall galleries in London, and the gallery that I'm attached with take my work to the Affordable Art Fair every year in October. So I've always got something on. I usually have 2 or 3 exhibitions a year, but my very first one was in 2001.
Okay, and last but not least, what is the weirdest thing you've ever painted?
Well, this is an interesting one. I still have the painting. I was part of where my studio is at Chertsey. We had like a themed exhibition, and we decided to call it Chocolate. And so that was the theme. And so what I decided to do, Van Gogh did a very famous painting called Starry, Starry Night, with lots of swirls in it and clouds. And I thought I could paint that in chocolate. And I was very clever as well, because it was called Starry, Starry Night, but I decided to call the painting Galaxy, which of course is a name of a chocolate as well. So I painted the whole thing in chocolate. I mixed plain chocolate, white chocolate, something else, and I put it all together in and mixed it all up on the paint. Had the paint on the stove when it was hot, and I painted it in with a palette knife and everything, so it was really thick and textured. And then I sprayed it at the end, and it did smell of paint for a while. I did it about a couple of years ago, but I've still got it, and it's very, very effective. So I think that was the weirdest thing I did. Someone did want to buy it, but when she saw it was in chocolate, she decided not to. But I think it was great fun to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing it.
Okay, thank you for letting me interview you, and thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Lilith. It's my pleasure. Lovely to see you. Bye.